50. Yeah. It's 50 shades of life. Let's talk about your type. Are your pockets feeling light?
Does your man treat you right?
Is your sex game lame? Are you searching for some fame? Hey yo, cuz, let's talk about it. Sex health, music wealth, truth and self. I knew myself. Boy, you better not lose yourself. But let me mind my own black business. Running up these digits, fresher than them dishes.
Talia, grant your wishes. I'm a tarot reading witness.
Yeah. 5-0. Yeah, 50.
Welcome to 50 Shades of Life.
Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the 50 Shades of Life broadcast. Sorry, I got a little too hyped. I am Black Magnolia Talia, and this is my lovely co-host, Raquel Nicole. Yes, tell us about yourself, Nicole. Roll it on down, baby. No.
Welcome to chapter 4, y'all. This is our 4th episode. So welcome. If this is your first time ever joining 50 Shades of Life, one of the newest podcasts out there, two dope cousins talking shit in life. So I want to say welcome to chapter 4. We are so excited. Yes. So we have really dope stuff going on today. The core of this episode is because we are going into winter. I myself am located right outside of Detroit. We are hitting cold, frosty, cold, shivering temperatures, right? As well as a lot of other places in the US or anywhere, wherever you locate. I don't know, maybe you in Europe or something. But we need to know, as Black women, how in the world do we take care of our hair during the winter months? And as you can see, Talia is rocking the beautiful hair, as she always does. And I am rocking the temporary.
No, it looks great. I love that black. Yes, that black is your color.
Yeah, black is, I've been rocking black now for a minute. I was black. Then I went to color. Then I went to red. Then I went to copper. And I went back to another color, whatever. So I've been black for a minute. But I definitely love it. So, but we have a very special guest today on our awesome segment. This is our second time, Talia, already.
Yes.
Last we had our first ever 50 Shades. Well, 2 weeks ago, we had our first ever for our Thanksgiving special. On chapter 3, we had our first 50 Shades of Black. That is when we highlight dope Black, whether you are new or you've been in the game for a minute, Black businesses. So if you out there and you're interested, y'all, gotta holler at us for sure at 50 Shades of Life at gmail.com. That's 50SHA8DES of life at gmail.com.
Yep. All right.
So you guys, on our 50 Shades of Black for this chapter 4, I have brought a personal love of mine. It is my own personal hairstylist, you guys. If you know me, I do all types of stuff with my hair. So this is one of my dope hairstylists that's located here in the Metro Detroit area. We have our own Ash K. I absolutely love her to death. And we're going to have her on here as our 50 Shades of Black guest for chapter 4.
Yes, and she's going to give us some tips and tricks on how to maintain our healthy hair during the winter months. So you don't want to miss it. Listen to it. I'm sure she's going to hook us up. So y'all stay tuned.
And get your paper out or your cell phones out, because she's even giving us some products, some chemicals to avoid. She's talking about how to maintain your hair, protective styles, whether it's relaxed or not, microlinks, all types of stuff, y'all. We getting into the nitty gritty because y'all know we are serious about some natural and healthy Black hair. Love on your hair, love yourself. All right. So you guys stay tuned, and we're going to ask her what would you do question. Y'all, Talia has gotten another situation.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What is it? Is it me, Jesus? I think it is.
Y'all stay tuned. And all right, y'all, here we go. We're getting into 50 Shades of Black. Here we go with Miss Ash K. All right, welcome you guys to back to 50 Shades of Life. This is your girl Raquel Nicole, and I'm here with my awesome co-host Talia / Black Magnolia. we have, and we're transitioning to it's becoming one of our favorite segments, and I know we talked about it in our first ever chapter. We had our first guest on chapter 3, but on chapter 4 we have our second ever 50 Shades of Black guest, and I am excited to bring to you guys my own personal hairstylist in this boy.
What's up? Ash K is in the building. What's going on?
Woo!
So y'all know it's rare when I bring like my own personal, because some people I like to keep, close to my heart. You know what I'm saying? So,
You like to keep them in your pocket.
but I have seen this young lady, and I can say young lady because she is younger than me. But I have seen her literally from when she started the business. And I used to work with her mother years ago.
Yes.
And she was like, my daughter is going to cosmetologist school, and she this and she that. And I was like,
my
okay.
biggest fan. My biggest fan.
100%.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm going to go check her out. But mind you guys, she is like 45, 55 minutes from where I live. But that just shows you how dope she is. So once her business started going and going and growing, and when I tell you guys she was moving expeditiously, I was like, I will drive 55 minutes to get her to do
I appreciate the time you spend on that freeway. I really appreciate it. I love when you come see me, Raquel. I always have a good time with you. You are A1 client. I think we didn't pass the client to hairstylist barrier at this point. Because sometimes hair appointments definitely turn into just regular meet and greets.
Yes. But I mean, and Ashley now in the last and we're gonna get into this, whatever, but and I'm gonna actually I'll get into that right now. So tell me a little bit, Ashley, about where you are located, and tell me a little bit about your history. Like, how did you get it started? Because not everybody knows. So we definitely want to get into that as well.
So, I got started kind of like, I want to say typically every other hairstylist got started. I was in college. I went to a community college. I went to Schoolcraft Community College, and I was not doing what I was supposed to do. But one thing I did do was do my hair. That's the only thing I did on the regiment was do my hair. So, going around, people seeing your hair. Oh, your hair is cute. Who do it? Me. I do my own hair. So it kind of started like that. I was basically pressured into doing hair, which is cool because I love doing it. But to make a long story short, I basically went to college school out of community college. I did 1 year at community college, and then I went to college school. I went to Douglas J. Aveda in Royal Oak. Graduated in 2013. From there, I started at a Dominican-inspired salon. I will not call it a Dominican salon, but a Dominican-inspired salon, where we did blow and goes, which is basically a press and a curl, and we got you in and out. So I started doing, I want to say maybe 50 women in a week when I first started doing hair professionally. And that's a lot for a newcomer. That's a lot. So I got my pace up. I started really getting into it. I really admired the fast pace of the salon. I love that. I don't like working in the salon long hours. I don't like having my clients sitting there for long hours, which we are used to as Black women, sitting in a salon for literally an 8-hour shift, and you're not getting paid. You getting money.
Facts. Yes.
So after someone showed me that Black women can get out of the salon just as fast as any other woman, it really inspired me to carry that on. So when I opened my salon, which was in 2017, I had a business partner. We decided, hey, let's just go in and do it for ourselves. Why not? And I was already, I think, Yeah, 3 salons I worked in before I got my own salon. So I had a lot of trial and error. I've seen a lot of things. I lost a lot of things. I gained a lot of things. But when I came to open my own salon, I knew exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
So now we're here. I have a salon that has independent contractors in it, but I do have some of my girls that work with me doing our $60 steam and goes. What is a $60 steam and go? A $60 steam and go is really a press and curl, fast paced. You're in and you're out, but you also get a steam treatment with your, press and curl. So we call it our steam and go Saturdays, which are walk-in based. But I do like when people book a slot online because we get really busy really quick. So I love to cut down on the time that we spend in the salon. So that's why I do like when people book a slot versus just walking in. But we take all walk-ins. We got to do what we got to do.
That's dope. Yeah, I remember I was seeing another stylist because I was like, oh my God, this is a hike. Because I was hiking it. I used to live out near you guys where you're located.
Right.
And that was before you had this location. And then I saw the grand opening and I was like, oh man, I got to support her. She got her own.
Get it.
Yes. And your mom, of course, even years later, she started
You
posting.
already know. You already know. My mom is my biggest fan, my biggest cheerleader. I mean, I didn't have to do much advertisement when it was the grand opening because my mom handled that for me without even being asked.
Yes.
Without even being asked, but I thank God for her every day. If it wasn't for her, half of the things that I have accomplished, I would not have. So I give all thanks to her at the end of the day.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yes. Moms also who are supporting their kids' dreams.
Yes, facts.
Okay, facts.
Ride or die that mom, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Like we go above and beyond. I said mothers go above and beyond. So yes.
Definitely do. So give it up to all the moms out there.
Yeah, we need it.
It's one heck of a job. Can we cuss on here? We can't cuss.
Well, yeah, we can.
It's one hell of a job.
It is. That's right.
It is.
I wanted to ask you about the steam and goes.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the steam and goes because I feel like I coughed through that, and I hope I don't want anyone to miss a steam and go. You said in 60 minutes. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So basically, our steam and go Saturdays goes as you book a slot on the website. So you book a slot on the website. Every slot is only 60 minutes. So you have a 1 hour slot to be done within the hour. I always say 2 hours max, but you should not be here longer than 2 hours. We should get you in and out in 2 hours. So basically you can do add-ons too, but you can only do so many add-ons. You can't you can't get a full head color or a full head highlight or anything like that because obviously that's time consuming. But what you can come and get, you can get your hair, treated. You can get your hair, you can get a rinse, you can get a trim, and you can get a steam treatment. And you can add 3 essential things to your steam treatment. 1 being aloe, 2 being a protein treatment, and 3 we add mint leaves, and mint leaves are really good for your scalp. So nice. You really don't see that much in a lot of salons where hair care is our top priority. But we just want to let people know that there is a place you can go where that is our top priority. Of course, you're gonna leave looking great. Your hair is gonna look beautiful. But who doesn't want hair that looks beautiful, but within it's healthy and beautiful?
That part.
Yes.
It's that part for me. It's definitely that part for me. So drop my phone.
It is definitely a win-win situation for me. So first of all, I do want to kind of backtrack and have everybody to know where you are located. And we can pop it down, look right here below you guys. So give us your full address and your main cross streets. And again, we're in Metro Detroit. So I want you guys to definitely write this down. And for all of our listeners, She is going to spell it out for you as well. All right, give
I
us
definitely am. So we are located in Farmington, Michigan. The name of the salon is AK Hair Salon and Studio, and we are 29940 Orchard Lake Road. That's Farmington, Michigan, 48334. We are right across the street from a Taco Bell. I always tell people landmarks because some people drive, landmarks versus streets. So across the street from the Taco Bell, we're right off of Northwestern Highway too. So
yeah.
we're within the Farmington area, and I just want to let a lot of our people know, because a lot of our people live out here but don't know about us. We out here. We here for the community. We trying to help out
Yes.
however way we can.
Yes, yes. And you spoke about something that was one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, I definitely have to go out there, is because I would see her doing all of these healthy hair care things. And that is a big piece for me, right? I've had so many different stylists where it was about the look. And and coming from having thick hair, when I started seeing my hair thin out, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, wait a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think the biggest piece for me was actually maybe about, it was actually 4 years ago. Yep. When I had Roman, my youngest son. And I don't know if you remember this, but I had somebody quickly do me a quick weave because I decided at the last minute for my baby shower to get a quick weave, right? Now, if you've been pregnant, your hormones, your hair is thick and healthy.
Oh, yes.
Right. So my hair was the longest it had been in years because I don't really, rock long hair that long. And I went to take it out. I've had quick weave multiple times. And y'all, when I tell you guys, I went to take it out and my edges.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It's something about them edges.
It took me and my husband, I was in tears. I lost so much hair, and it took me about 6 hours to get it out my hair.
Oh no.
And I remember sending pictures to Ashley, and she was like, oh my God. And it was like patches. And and Talia, you know this, like I've had baby hair since literally a baby. Okay. I have natural baby hair. My mom has
real baby hair.
70-some years old. Okay.
Yes.
Baby.
Yes, we have the real baby hair for sure.
Yeah.
Real. This is no cut and make. No, this is baby hair. Get out the shower or something.
She said cut and make.
Hey, that's what they do though.
But no, that is exactly what's going on in this generation.
Yes.
It's cutting and making for sure.
Full grown hairs.
Yes. Full grown.
That ain't no baby hair. That's adult.
All right, that's your adult. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm a hairstylist. All hair is beautiful.
Raquel ain't a stylist. No, it ain't. Not all hair is beautiful.
Not all hair is beautiful.
All hair is beautiful.
Go to Ashley. She will make your hair beautiful, for real.
I definitely will.
That's for sure. Like being real. Because if my hair look jacked up, Ashley, I need you to call me and be like, Raquel, if you don't take that out your hair.
And that is the biggest thing about being a hairstylist that I actually had to learn over time. I'm a very nice person, Raquel. I'm a very nice, sweet, like I'm kind of shy sometimes, but it was hard for me to let people know, no, you cannot do this type of hairstyle. No, you cannot get this color. No, because you always want to people please, especially in, my line of work. I always want to please my client. But at the end of the day, pleasing you is keeping what you have healthy and keeping what you have having it in general. You don't want to lose it just because you just want to go black to blonde in one day. And if a hairstylist tells you, yes, she's lying. She's lying. You can't do drastic things to people's hair. Your hair, kind of like how humans have feelings. Your hair, same thing. You can't do just something so drastic and dramatic and think you're not gonna get something, maybe a negative response back. You just don't know.
That's real.
Yes. Yeah.
So
okay.
You got your natural hair. My cousin, y'all, she got the thickest hair I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
And I am digging this color and I am digging this style. All hands down. All hands down. I'm a sucker for natural hair.
Let me tell you this. My cousin will cut her hair short.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
swear I blink. My cousin's hair be like down on her shoulder. I'll be like, did you just cut your hair?
Oh, and you
Yes.
guys said you're cousins, right?
Yes.
Seems like somebody I know, but it's okay. She's gonna act like she's not like that. That's hilarious.
No, she kind of like expeditious growth track. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes. So
Got
I would
you.
have. I always have though. My hair. That's the one thing. Nails don't grow, but my hair grows. I have no idea why, but my hair will grow. Nails, nothing. I don't know. So maybe my hair taken all of the nutrients, but I'm here for it. I'd rather have hair than nails.
At the end of the day, I think I'll take the same thing. Yes.
All right. So I do have a question for you.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna ask you how to maintain natural hair and relaxed hair, and is it a difference? How to keep it healthy?
Okay. That's actually a really good question. I never even thought about that myself, but I can give you an answer. So let's talk about relaxed hair first. Relaxed hair is usually very dry. Usually, in most people cases, the lye in a relaxer, it dries your hair out. So now let's talk about natural hair. And when you say natural hair, are you talking about like kinky natural or just natural? I just wear my own hair.
Natural, as in I don't put any like chemicals
You don't put
to
any.
relax to alter its natural state.
Okay, so just no chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, yes, there is a difference. When you do have a relaxer, I feel like you really should be focused on moisture in your products. So definitely leave-in conditioners are a big factor with relaxers. When blow drying, make sure you're always putting a leave-in conditioner in your hair. Also, a heat protectant, especially for relaxed hair. When blow drying, that's something you definitely need because relaxer dries your hair out. You really just want to focus on moisture. Like my $60 steams, if you have a relaxer, you should get a steam treatment every time. Every time.
Okay.
If you get your hair done every 2 weeks, make sure in every 2 weeks you get a steam treatment. For just our natural girlies that don't have any chemicals in their hair, and even if they do straighten their hair versus not straightening their hair, I feel like they should always focus on moisture too. Now, when you get to people with different types of hair, it gets a little tricky. So
Okay.
yes, you can get someone with a great type of texture that always is moisturized and always, feels nice and feels soft, and the relaxer doesn't do anything to their hair. You don't want to put too much moisture in because and then it can get greasy, and that can really cause acne. A lot of people out here who are struggling with acne, make sure you're using the right type of hair products because that's a big factor in that. So somebody with already, naturally moisturized hair or naturally greasy hair, obviously you don't want to put too much in there. But someone with naturally dry hair like myself, if I was to put a relaxer in my hair, which I had a relaxer when I was younger and my hair was shedding like crazy. My hair was dry all the time. I felt like it was, what do girls call stiff?
Stiff? Okay.
Man, I felt like my hair was stiff all the time because I needed more moisture, especially with me having a relaxer. I was not the best candidate to get a relaxer, and a lot of us aren't the best candidates for relaxers. But some of us, we can do stuff like that. I didn't seen somebody put like 10 volume, and I mean not 10 volume, 40 volume in their hair and nothing happens. Versus if I put 40 volume in my hair, something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yes.
So just to answer your question, it really depends on the type of hair you have, but to just go to our core values of being Black women, moisture is always our issue. So I will always say moisture.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Raquel.
No, I was just saying, okay, yeah. I mean, that's real because I haven't had a relaxer since 2008.
2008.
Yeah, that was the last time. Yeah, 2008 was the last time I started growing out my relaxer because of just that. I just was like, again, that's when I realized like my thickness, it wasn't, it looked nice, but ultimately I was like, man, like everything is, brittle or whatever. But Are there certain like products or whatever that you would recommend for like maybe Talia's hair because she has color in her hair,
Right.
or my hair, and she has like I think it's like a blondish or a reddish. I don't really know, Talia, what color your hair. That would be
It
her.
looks like a pretty color. It's given honey blonde. Am I wrong?
It's a mixture of honey blonde with the caramel brown.
That looks nice. It definitely
Thank
looks
you.
nice.
Thank you.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I got tied into how pretty your hair was.
Yeah, Steve is so fluid.
Right.
Products that you recommend for us
Okay.
during this winter month, because we understand the winter also could be, harsh on your hair.
Oh yeah, winter is definitely harsh on our hair and our skin. Definitely moisture. I'm big on moisture. I love to put moisture back into people's hair. I love when I get a head full of dry hair and I can just put something in it. So in the winter months, I always say, if you wash your hair on your own and you're blow drying your hair on your own, leave-in conditioner should be the first step after washing your hair. Leave-in conditioner. I use this for my clients. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Can you see it?
Yes. Now
Mane tamer. Yes, mane tamer. It doesn't have alcohol in it. And that's one of the things that I look on the back of my bottles. Make sure alcohol isn't in it. It is a good alcohol. What is it called? Don't talk about my pronunciation. But whenever you see the C word, I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yes.
That is actually a fatty alcohol that is good for your hair. Now, there is an alcohol called benzoyl. Yeah, it starts with a B. Yeah. That's a bad alcohol. That's drying. Yes. So just remember, B is bad. Hey, that makes sense. B is bad.
B is bad.
Good. B is bad. So and you can use whatever leave-in conditioner is really good for your hair. I just like that one because it has a lot of moisture, but it doesn't weigh down your hair. But leave-in conditioner is the first step when you blow dry your hair. Second thing, if your hair is really dry, make sure you add like a dime size of oil onto your hands and just go through the ends of your hair, because that leave-in conditioner with that oil will lock in the moisture. And that's what a lot of people need. They need to lock that moisture in. Sometimes just doing leave-in conditioner, that's cool, but you want something in there that's really locking in that moisture, and that oil is going to do it. Oil acts as a sealant. So use that. And even if you're not blow drying your hair, still put in a dab of oil that still locks in that dryness. So with the natural hair like yours, if you want to just put some leave-in conditioner, go through it, put some oil in it, go through it and let it air dry, you're still, basically protecting your hair and sealing in that moisture that you need. Awesome. The next step, oil. My oil recommendations are light oil. I don't have one right here because I don't want to show you guys this. This is a little thick, but light oils are the best oils. Are you guys familiar with Wild Girl? That's what it is.
Wild Girl. Okay.
Wild Girl.
Gotcha.
Wild Girl is actually a really good oil to use for if you have some shy spots on your scalp. That's a really good oil to use because it's light. Thick oils like Jamaican black castor oil, which I hear a lot, especially among us Black women. Some of us live by coconut oil and black castor oil. Sometimes those oils can be a little too thick and a little too greasy, where it will clog your pores. And with clogged pores in your scalp means you can't get that new growth that you want. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to maintain growth, and we're trying to make sure that our pores stay clean and open so we can have that growth too. So light oils are the best for hair regrowth, just so people can know. Those thicker oils, I would say use those more so on the ends of your hair shaft versus your scalp, just because like we said, we're talking about locking moisture in. If you want to do a dime size of Jamaican black castor oil on top of your leave-in conditioner, that's cool. Your hair might need that. But for somebody with thinner hair, finer hair, greasy hair, of course you wouldn't want to use anything that heavy or that thick. So just be mindful of the consistency of what oil you're putting in your hair, because you don't want you know, you don't want to clog your pores. You don't want it to you don't want to lock in dryness either, because that is a thing. You can lock in dryness. For people who don't use leave-in conditioners, and you just put oil in your hair when it's wet, you're basically just locking in dryness because you didn't put a filler in. And that filler is that leave-in conditioner, which hence the name, leave-in conditioner. You need something like that.
Oh,
Wow.
so I have a question now.
Yes, what's
So
up?
how do we feel about oiling the scalp?
So I always tell people oiling your scalp should be periodically versus a everyday type of thing. You definitely don't want to grease your scalp every day. That makes your hair dirty. And I know we got that thing that our grandmother used to tell us, that dirty hair grows. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. Dirty hair does not grow your hair. It just makes your hair dirty and your scalp dirty. And when you have a dirty scalp, you are letting impurities stay on your scalp for your hair not to breathe. Your hair has to breathe.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would say with a light oil your scalp, I would say 2 to 3 days out the week, and then let your hair just chill. And then some of that oil can go on the ends of your hair. It doesn't have to mainly focus on your scalp too. I feel like a lot of people focus on their scalp. Your scalp should be the healthiest part of your hair initially, because it's your scalp. But it's the ends you want to worry about. If you're really trying to retain that growth, retain that moisture, worry about that versus your scalp. Hair that sprouts from your scalp, that's already healthy. We're trying to keep the ends healthy. That's the main goal. And
Wow.
I think we kind of get that confused. So like I said, light oil for your scalp, thicker oil for your ends. But like I said, it really depends on hair textures. And maybe that could be another podcast when we talk about hair textures and what type of what type of products to use for your certain hair texture. But just the core value and the goal is healthy scalp, healthy ends. So do what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How frequent, you speak on healthy ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've had this battle before, where I know some people get scared to go to stylists to get their hair trimmed, and then they come.
Oh yes,
right.
the big T word.
Yes.
So how frequent should, and I know, and I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I would imagine it also depends on a lot, right? Like how frequent somebody is maybe washing their hair, or is their hair natural? Because I know when I've rocked my hair natural, like no heat at all, my ends were becoming damaged more frequently than if I had like a press and go or something like that. But how frequent on average should we as Black women, cut or not cut, trim?
Don't use the C word with them. Don't use the C word.
My whole back of my head is cut, so I have zero.
Right. You do not care. But I actually like what you just said about there's a difference when you press your hair out versus when you let it stay natural. There is a big difference. And yes, a person with kinkier hair that lets their hair natural, let their hair be natural versus somebody that rocks a press and curl, you will always see a difference in their ends. People like to keep heat out of their hair, which I totally understand. But sometimes in different situations, like me, I'll give you my regimen. I am a natural girly, I like to say, but I do press out my hair. When I get my natural styles, I will get my flat iron and I'll go through it once or twice, just so when I get my hair braided or I get my hair twisted, my ends are securely in the style, versus when you go just blow dried, your ends aren't straightened out so they can get tied into a twist or a braid and become brittle. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to describe it the best way I can, but that's the reason why I kind of press my hair out lightly. I mean, I'm not doing 450 flat irons in a press. I'm not doing that. I'm literally just going through my ends to make sure that they're pretty much straight. So when I do get my hair twisted or braided, that my hair is tightly secured into the braid perfectly. Because when you have those little strings that's left out or little strands that's left out, that causes breakage. It also causes, you know, for you to get an in trim more than usual. I feel like a person should only get 2 trims within a year if you're taking care of your hair the way you're supposed to. You are not supposed to get your hair trimmed on a, you know, calendar basis. That shouldn't be something that, oh, I know in 2 weeks I'm gonna get my hair trimmed. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. Because if that's the case, how would your hair even grow if you're trimming it on an agenda? No, we're gonna trim it when it's needed. So you can really tell when you do need an in trim. It's these little small white bulbs on the end of our hair. If you see a white bulb, it might be splitting into 2. You can see this with your own eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
I've
have, look, I'm using my finger. You have one hair follicle and you have a little white bulb coming like right here. And if you see 2 hairs sprouting from that, you know you're gonna need to get that trimmed off. Your hair is split in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like women should check their hair, look at their hair before, you know, they even decide to get a trim. And your stylist should be telling you this. Your stylist shouldn't just be, hey, you know, 6 to 8 weeks, come get your trim. It shouldn't be like that.
That's what I used to hear all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we all dealt with it. I mean, growing up, especially growing up as a Black girl, that's always what we hear. You need your ends trim. You need your ends trim. But why do you think we were getting our ends trimmed so often? You know, hair care has met a different, I don't know, it's a different generation for hair care now. Back then, I feel like we were so into, you know, fried, dyed, and laid to the side. So now it's a little different where we don't have to get trims that often because now we have been taught different techniques and, you know, different treatments and different products where we shouldn't be getting our ends trimmed on a scheduled basis because how would our hair ever grow?
I love
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You got more? Because I got more questions.
Go ahead. Knock me down with the questions.
Just the frequency of washing in the winter time specifically. That was a big one for me because I know that was a battle, especially during COVID. It was like, oh my God, what do I do? And I am one, if anybody knows me, like I can take care of my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do my hair, whatever. I do not braid. I can twist. But I cannot
twist well, huh? Okay, got you. I got you.
And
was there some shade on the side over
there? What we talking about, producer, director?
You're just looking at me and trying to be green right now. And it's like a bear walking in, like. But during COVID, that was something where I was so used to, you know, maybe before every 2 weeks or even 3 weeks, you know, coming in, even to you. But, you know, wintertime, you know, you sit there and you're like, man, like, since I'm not maybe doing my hair as much, do I still wash my hair every 2 weeks? You know?
Right.
And then you think, okay, well, I had my braids in, you know, so I know that's different when you have braids or locks and stuff like that. Yeah. But if somebody was a natural, maybe press and curl or a Talia or whatever, how frequent should we as Black women be washing our hair? Because I think you heard that 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We hear that every 14 days, and you know.
We you know, definitely we always get put on a schedule about our hair for some reason. I don't necessarily like to put hair on a schedule. It's nothing wrong with having a schedule for your hair, but like I said, I wouldn't necessarily want to put my hair on a schedule either. Washing your hair should be as needed. I feel like hair is more of a as needed subject. If you have to wash your hair, wash your hair. If you've been putting edge control on for literally 2 straight weeks and you just been gunking it up.
Hey, look, I do it.
Wash your hair.
Yeah, I do it. So
wash your hair. Yeah, and we all do. Wash your hair.
Yes.
Like I mean, hey, if it's been 3 weeks and you got braids in your hair, why worry about washing your hair? I mean, if it stinks, wash it, but your hair is protected, so you don't necessarily need to. So it's kind of like on a, you know, if needed basis at the end of the day. So I will say, you know, that 2 to 3 week stretch of washing your hair is good, but you know, some people get into other things that maybe you need to wash it a little bit earlier.
I have to wash mine once a week because of what you just said, because the
Product.
gunk that
Yes,
their
product
yeah.
buildup is definitely a thing. So if somebody say, hey, I'm just trying to reach 3 weeks and you over there scratching to death, don't kill yourself. Right? You going crazy. Just wash it.
Talia, when you come up here, again, I'm in Metro Detroit, my cousin's somewhere else or whatever.
Okay.
When she comes up here, and Ashley knows I'll be in there like, she is the best washing hair, whatever it is.
Really?
We'll be having a whole conversation and she'll be talking and she just get quiet. And I'm like, let me not bother you. You enjoying this, huh?
Yes. Okay.
But that's a beautiful thing though.
That is so important to me. Like, I look forward to that. I'll be driving my 50 minutes. Like, man, I cannot wait to get this.
So let's talk about that. You as a Black woman just told me, another Black woman, that your favorite part of your hair service is to get your hair washed.
That's wonderful.
That should be included in every service. Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Facts.
But I'm just saying.
Who doesn't wash hair? People don't wash their hair.
Girl, you'll be surprised.
I have had stylists like, make sure you come washed. And I'll be
like, if you're getting your hair braided,
even when
like that,
you would be surprised.
You will be very surprised.
I haven't ever experienced that.
That's a beautiful thing. That means you're messing with the right people. That's a beautiful thing.
But see, I go to old school, not old super, but like old school salons. Like, my hair was short, and so I would go.
So you have to get it washed, right?
Yeah, I had to get that. Yeah. Okay, so I have some more questions for you.
Okay,
all right. So I wanted to ask you to think about why is box dye so criminal? Why is everyone like, I hate box dye? How dare you?
Okay,
how dare you?
Box dye has. That's what it is. I was about to say, Lord, can I please know this name? Box dye has metallic salts in it. Salts, okay. Yes, metallic salts. And metallic salts, from what I know about them, I don't really know much. I just know that it damages your hair. And box dye is already a formulated color versus getting a Clairol box that has a number on it, which basically, if it has numbers and all that other type of stuff, you're formulating it yourself, which is safer than having an already formulated box of hair color that whoever produced. We don't even know. So when I was in school, we asked the same question and metallic salts came up. So basically, I just feel like that must hinder the hair significantly versus going to a professional and getting, salon care products that actually protect your hair versus you doing it at your, at home and you don't know what you're doing. And the box dye basically is just putting whatever in your hair to create this one color that you can go get professionally done by somebody and you save your hair basically. I wish I could go in deeper about hair dye, but you looked it up. So what does it say?
So it says some are extremely dangerous and cause extreme harm to hair if they interact with certain substances that on their own would not cause this effect. So it's almost like it's a stimulant.
Yeah.
The most dangerous of these metallic salts are copper, silver nitrate, silver bismuth, whatever, or lead. So that is crazy. Yeah, I see it in a whole bunch of hair.
But that wouldn't be in the tubes because like that. It's not in the tubes because that's what I got those tubes. So but how would it be different?
Whatever Raquel just said in that definition, she basically said versus in one, or what did you say? Something like that. One, you said something one. Read that one more time.
Some are extremely dangerous and cause extreme harm to hair if they interact with certain substances that are on their own that would not cause this effect.
Right there. So I feel like what they're trying to say with the on their own, because a tube is literally on their own. That tube literally has that one color and that one design in one tube. Now,
Okay.
when you get a box dye, it's formulated with 100 other different substances and things. So,
Oh.
like I said, I'm not a color theory person. I'm not that colorist hairstylist, but what I do know about color, I know the health benefits of, well, not health benefits. I know the health, what am I trying to say, Raquel? Deficiencies that it can cause.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I pulled that one out of my ass, basically.
That's
But,
okay. Hey, we got it.
I'm not a colorist, but I do know
Yeah.
certain things where it can't be as healthy for the hair to use certain other colors and dyes. So the color that I use Color Charm every time. Color Charm is cool. It doesn't, affect the hair, but I have had some people tell me that Color Charm's dark colors like 1s and 2s, they are not as dark as they would like. And with gray coverage, they're not the best. But that's the only color line that I know that isn't that threatening to our hair, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't
Okay.
do a lot of colors. I do, just your standard couple of little things, and then I keep it moving.
Ashley, get these gray hairs.
Okay, exactly. You want me to cover some gray hairs? Cool. You want to go brown? Cool. You want to go honey blonde? Cool. You want to go ice blonde? We're gonna have to find
Go
some
somewhere else.
Yep.
Right, like that's what I'll be talking about is her honesty. Because some stylists, they be like, oh yeah, girl, I can do blah 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 blah, and you'll be like, what in the world chunky crap is this?
Is this?
What is right? And I am picky on color. Oh my goodness.
And you are not the only one, and I don't want y'all yelling at me.
Facts.
When I did have color, you guys, I have done everything to my hair except what Talia currently is rocking. That's the only thing I have not done. Now the whole back of my hair is shaved.
It might be coming. It might be coming.
I don't have the patience for this.
What?
Oh my goodness.
No, but I did notice that even when I went to people who were like color specialists, truly, and some were well known, right, around the city and stuff. And Detroit, I don't know if we still are right between us and Atlanta, but we were the hair capital of the world for a long.
And I feel like still is.
Yes.
A lot of stylists from Detroit went to Atlanta, so
that's what it is right there.
Yeah, there you go.
I definitely had, but and you talked about it earlier, was when, and my hair, like I said, normally is pretty healthy, but I was going so like blondish with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where my hair was like brittle. And then I was like, you know what? I can't do this. And it should have come from my stylist. My stylist said, let's keep it at this tone. Let's not go so blonde, right? And it was like my whole head. I would say it was more, it wasn't low lights or anything like that. It was truly highlights. And is I got those done. I got it done in the late fall. And so to me, when I went so bright going into the winter, that was like the devil.
Yeah, that's a lot, because from what it sounds like, that's a lot of dryness.
Yes.
There's a lot of drying. Yeah. Especially going fall to winter, high lift blind. Whew, that's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in that salon like 9 hours, y'all. Literally.
Oh. Well, look, no, back in the day when I was when we used to get relaxers, oh my God, it would be so terrible. And you remember how you used to do, I don't know your age, but they used to do the wrap. And so
wrap you around and put you under the dryer?
Yes. Yeah. And it would be wet, and I would have to sit in that dryer for 2 hours, and still the center of my hair.
Did you have a relaxer?
Yeah, I had a relaxer.
See, they only do that with relaxers. I found this out, I want to say after professionally working in a salon for about 4 years. That's when I found out, because I actually assisted for one of the coldest short hair stylists in the city, Paula Raquel. I give her all the props. She taught me a lot too, but I used to set up for her. And when I used to set up for her, I used to set up her clients where we were molding. That's what it was. That's how I learned how to mold. Yes. And she told me to mold a lady's hair, and I had to do a double take. And I said, her hair long. What am I supposed to do with that? She said, you're supposed to wrap it just like these women with the short hair. And I said, oh, okay. So a fresh relaxer, you know, if you have a fresh relaxer, it's easier to mold. But this lady had so much hair. My goodness, when I tell you that wrap didn't go well for me, but she taught me how to do it, but it didn't go well for me. But I remember sitting up under that dryer when I was younger after getting molded with all that, the wrap.
It takes so long.
I used to play, and I used to speed the dial up. You know, you used to turn the dial, speed your time up, but you're not dry. Why are you doing that?
No, it was the worst. I was sitting, and then she have to take a piece down and then let the center. It was so long. Oh, I hated that. I hated that.
I remember.
So one more before we move on to our next segment, right?
Okay.
I have one more. How you feel about microlinks?
Okay, so I specialized in microlinks for a while, and I also taught a class on microlinks. I want to say 2021 to 2022. I did two virtual classes on microlinks. I am in love with microlinks. I actually really like them. I feel like they're a great style for thicker haired women. The only thing is I was seeing a lot of people saying that it was more so for thin-haired women or thin-haired people. And I didn't agree, because those links, sometimes you can see them, you know, you can see through the hair, and nobody wants to see a track. Nobody wants to see a bead. Nobody wants to see that. So I feel like it's tailored more to people with longer, thicker hair. But I think it's a great concept. I think it's very versatile. I feel like it is safe on the hair when being done by a hairstylist professional that knows what they're doing. And the takeout process, once again, should be done by a professional that knows what they're doing, because it's very intricate. It's an intricate type of style, and it's very tedious. So you don't want to put too much hair in one bead, and you don't want not enough hair in one bead. You don't want to cause too much tension, but you want just the right amount of tension. So great style. I think it's good for healthy hair, but it just has to be done correctly.
Yes. And I've had them. She's the GOAT. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Raquel, I actually just ran across a picture when you had yours, and it was crazy. I was like, oh, she had microlinks too.
And I was
So tape-ins though, but tape-ins are different though.
Yeah, tape-ins are different. Tape-ins are a flatter install. Once again, I feel like they're more tailored to people with longer, thicker hair, just because don't nobody want to see the tapes. And you want enough hair to hold on to also. A lot of tension and a lot of weight on not a lot of hair can cause, you know, it can come out, it can be pulled, and we don't want anything like that. I feel like people forget the amount of follicles you have lets you know that how much hair you have is how much you can take. So if I have this amount of hair and I want to put this amount of hair on something this small, obviously it's going to weigh it down and pull it out. So if you want to put a tape in or a link on, why would you take this amount of hair and put this much weight on it just for it to come out? And I think that's what a lot of women are scared of, because I hear tape ins are unhealthy, microlinks are unhealthy. That's not the case. It's just, you know, that hair to link ratio or that hair to tape ratio. How much hair are you putting in the tape? Is it too much? Is it too less? So like I said, things like that, when you're getting styles like that, make sure you get it done by a professional, because somebody can really mess you up with stuff like that. Them tape ins aren't no joke. I mean, they sturdy, they strong. So they, you know, you put a lot of tape in on a little bit of hair, and they've been rocking it for this amount of time. And as it grows out, they finding tapes on the floor with their hair still attached.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Because we got a lot of weight on something too small. It just,
y'all seen them braids too like that. When the braids
no, really, yeah.
lost
Yeah,
all.
you'll find like when we used to get the zillions back in the day, if you didn't have that much hair in that one braid, you'll find it's gone from the root. I actually have a little piece of a bald spot still there from when I was like 12.
Wow.
Because of that situation. But it depends on the person.
I was gonna say one thing, and Ashley did tell me this when I was getting my microlinks the first time, was because you feel like, oh my God, this is my hair or whatever. But you have to remember, even though you have your hair is out, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be putting heat on it. And I think one thing I know one of my girlfriends, she was like, oh my God, I would never do it again. I'll never do it again. And I was like, that's because you kept pressing your hair. Like, it's your hair is still out. You know, it's
and
not,
that's what people forget with styles like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you got to still treat it with love and respect. You know,
no, you really do, and you
Not
have to
love
really, you have to manage what you're really doing. Like you have to really like, oh, okay, I did flat iron it yesterday. I'm not gonna do it today. Or how many times have you put this hairstyle in a ponytail? People don't understand ponytails will pull your hair out too.
Yes.
So, you know, too much of anything is bad for anything. So we just have to always remember, okay, I did pull my hair back like 3 times this week. Let me go get my hair done so I can just let it be free and let it do it. Or let me braid it up because I don't feel like doing nothing at all. You know, you have to baby your hair. Unfortunately, we have to.
Now,
yeah, we definitely have to.
And I know I like to give Ashley test, like, Ashley, can you do this style?
She be sending pictures and I'll be like, girl,
we go try.
We gonna see now. Wait, and I always say, Raquel, don't forget, this is a trial, okay? This is a trial now. But typically we always get it.
Yeah. Good. She be knocking them twist out, y'all. I'll be like, yes.
Ooh, yeah. We usually find a common ground.
But you know, speaking of that, just to end like our last healthy part of the winter healthy hair is, what are some like good protective styles during the winter time that you would recommend for, you know, us wonderful Black women? What do you think?
So, protective styles that I felt have worked for me. It's this style called invisible locks. I'm not sure if people know about that. One of my girls at the shop, she does them. Her name is Lockdown by K on Instagram. Lock with the C, not the K, because she's the truth. But she does my invisible locks for me, which is like twisties, but it's a twist at the end, and it's a really cute style. I hope Raquel posts a picture of me with them on this segment just so people can see, because that's my style for the winter and the summer. My hair is protected. It's no tension at all. I can go to sleep on this and it lasts about 3 weeks, so not as long as I would like it to last, but I wouldn't mind getting them over again because they're just great. I don't have to do much to them. So that's for me. That's my style that I like. Invisible locks. Another one, medium size knotless braids. I didn't say box braids. Box braids do put a lot of tension on your scalp. You can get traction alopecia from box braids. Knotless braids, not so much, because there's so little tension in that manipulation of doing the braid. So yeah, knotless, medium size. I say medium size because, like I said, we don't want to put a lot of hair on a small amount of hair. Medium, I feel like, is perfect. Go with the thickness of your hair to make sure that that braid isn't so small where it's going to pull some hair out, versus having it the same size as that braid should be, if that makes sense. So nothing too small or nothing too big. What's another one? Twist outs. It's like hit or miss sometimes. Twist outs, I feel like, are good for the wintertime because that's for my girls that do like that crazy full look. I love the crazy full hair look, but you don't want your hair out so often in the wintertime where it's becoming brittle, if that makes sense. So I'll say stick with like medium-sized braids, large, maybe size braids, and the invisible locks. Like I said, I love that style for me. And sew-ins are really good too.
Okay.
Sew-ins are good, just not so small braids. People love a tight sew-in, but y'all, that will pull your hair straight out.
Yeah, I forgot to ask you. Yes. Okay, good old
Yes.
sew-in. Bring back the
Okay, a
sew-in.
good old sew-in. You can't go wrong with a good old sew-in that's, help done correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's done correctly.
So we're gonna segue into a new segment. So
Okay.
we are done. She like, uh-oh. So
I am a little nervous. What's happening?
welcome to 50 Shades.
Aw. Anytime I hear 50 Shades or anything, I get a little nervous.
Yes, that's right. Yes, you should be. You should be nervous.
I should. Okay, I'm ready though. Let's go.
So I'm gonna ask just one question. Then my cousin, she got a whole scenario that has nothing to do with what I'm about to ask.
Okay.
So, so we will call this segment "What Would You Do?"
Okay.
So my question to you is, what would you do, or what have you done, if you have,
Oh man.
if a client is funky? Like, what if the client smell like Fritos? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, okay, not Frito. Okay, you
Frito.
said what have I done in that situation? Because yeah, I've been in that situation before. I told y'all I'm nice, dog. I'm
Okay. You don't say
thank
that, do you?
Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing.
I
I'm gonna wipe down everything you touch though, but
Oh, that's deep.
but just
So
for the
much.
comfort of the client. Now, if you're real funky, then I might have to say something like where you come from. What just happened here? Do you need to take
Yes.
some time? But if it's just
Take some
like
time.
a small lingering odor, I can suck it up. It's we in 2023. I could put a mask on.
Yeah, you could. Yes.
Yeah, I could put a
Yes.
mask on. So
You'd be like, the bathroom is to the left.
because it is,
No.
it's to the left. Go take some
I knew
time
she
out,
wasn't gonna say
baby.
that. When she said she was like, I'm
I
just
used
dealing
to.
with it.
Yeah, I used to keep perfume in the bathroom at the salon, but people kept stealing it, so I
Oh my
stopped.
God. Yes. People are crazy.
People
Like
are
who still
crazy. I was
who
like,
steals
girl, it's
somebody's
not
perfume?
even, and it's not even a real kind. Like, it's not expensive. Do you want to know where I got it? I got
It's
it
a
from
dupe.
Chica. It's a dupe,
But
but go right ahead.
incense and all that kind of stuff, whatever. So, but sometimes I'd be like, look, I'm coming from the gym.
Okay, and I get those type of incidents. I get that. Sometimes you got a little must going on. Okay, that's cool. That's
Well, what if they
that's
got a nasty little attitude? What do you do then?
oh no. Now if you have a nasty attitude and you smell nasty, I'm liable to just I don't know. Cause like I said, I am nice, but if you ain't being nice to me and you stink, you gotta go.
You're out. You're
You
out.
out. You gotta go. And you getting banned. You ain't coming back here, funky. You ain't coming
Facts.
back
Funky
here.
and stank
And you
attitude.
got a stank attitude. You just funky altogether. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay, we ready for mine?
Oh, yes, I am. That was funny though. Okay, I'm ready for yours.
I'm scared.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Hold
It's
on.
nothing
man.
scary. We just gonna get your opinion.
Just
Okay.
I'm funky, Ashley. Okay.
Okay. She's sweet. She seems like she nice though. We gonna see. Okay.
I am. Okay.
So what if you have and I feel like everybody has gone through this, but I feel like at this big age, I would think this part of my life would be done with this kind of silliness. But apparently I still have this going on. But okay. So what do you do? Dun, 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 dun. We got to flash that across the screen. What would you do? Okay. So I have a person that I haven't seen or dated in like 5 years.
Okay.
And every now and then, this person would text and email. So I have blocked them on everything that I could find. And some kind of way, this person has come up this year with a new, I guess, phone. And so they texted me out of nowhere when I was on vacation And I was like, didn't recognize the number. So I thought it was like someone, like my daughter or something, calling from like another number, because it was like early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe
Not
something bad
3.
happened. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I thought something, maybe Kendall was calling from a different phone or something. So I immediately picked up the phone, and the person was like, I'm not going to say their name, but the person was like, hey, this is so and so. I'm like, what? And I hung up the phone because I'm like, this ain't my kid. Like, okay, I'm hanging up. I don't need to talk to you. And so then they later texted me later on in that day and was like, hey, I was calling you earlier to talk to you. And I'm like, for what? Like, we
Yeah.
don't talk. And so they were like, and the messages were weird. I can't remember that specific one, but it was like, so I'm thinking like something wrong with this person. Like they go into a mental breakdown. And so I'm like, is this like a call for help? So I talked, because I was in California at the time at my brother's house. And so I was like, well, so I asked my brother, I'm like, well, what would you do? And he was like, well, just check to see if the person isn't like, because maybe it's a cry for help or something.
Yeah.
And so we did that. And then the person was like, oh no, I was just reaching out to you, trying to talk to you. And I'm like, for what? I'm like, why? Okay. And so I'm like, okay, well, you just wasting time. Like, basically, you don't really have to say nothing. So I'm like, you good? Like, are you, is everything okay? And then after we, clarified that everything was okay, I'm like, well, I'm out. Like, why are you? Okay. So this happened 3 or more times after that. So I finally blocked the person on all the things that I could think that they were calling for as far as that number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another number came up again. Here it is again. And I'm like, oh, okay, so here it is again. All right, so I blocked that one. Here I get another one today. And this one is very nasty. So this one says, so I kind of suspected that this might be who it is, but I moved around and I didn't know if this was maybe somebody from one of my old places I used to live, and they were just reaching out to say what's up, and I just didn't save their phone number or something from a new phone. And so they were like, hey, I'm like, yes. And he was like, I said, and he was like, well, what's up? Are you in my old place? He said, it's Maryland. And he was like, are you in Maryland? I'm like, who is this?
Right. Before you just ask about my whereabouts.
Yeah. And he's like, he was like, he said his name. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, here's another number. And so I'm like, what's up? So here I am again with the, do you need some help? And he was like, so then he starts cursing me out and saying that I have I need to learn how to be an adult and talk on the phone. And what was it? What would I tell you was FOH? And
I'm like, what's FOH mean?
Yes,
what's FOH mean?
Yeah, it's F out of here. Fuck out of here.
Oh.
And so I'm like, and he's like, I'm like, look.
Oh, he's hip.
Yeah, he's like, I
didn't know what
brain
that meant.
damaged or something. I think something's wrong. So my question is, so I blocked this number again, and I'm just like, and he's like cussing me out, and like, I'm like, is something actually like literally wrong with you? And so I'm like, maybe something's like, so I'm like, should I change my phone at this point? Do I need to change my phone number? Have I had the phone number for too long? And it's time to just go. So that's my question. Would y'all just change your phone number at this point or something? Because apparently this is going to keep happening.
Ashley, I'll let you
yeah, with that type of situation, see, coming from a person that had her phone number literally now for 15 years, I ain't changing. Oh yeah, I ain't changing nothing for nobody.
Okay.
Now they keep calling. I just treat it like scam likely. I don't know the number. I ain't picking up.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like that's how I would handle the situation. Other than that, as long as he ain't, creeping in your window or nothing like that, call 911 because homeboy, you tripping. Homeboy tripping. Tripping.
You brother in 5 years. Like what's up? Like
and then you gonna cuss me out.
Yeah, mad at somebody after 5 years.
Called you a bitch or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, and you calling me out my name?
Yes.
Oh no.
I was like, Talia,
at that point, pull up. Nigga, what's up? No, don't do that. But yeah, at that point, I would just treat it like scam likely. Don't answer, keep blocking. He'll stop calling, hopefully.
It didn't stop yet.
Yeah, see, I don't know. How long has this been going on?
5 years.
Yes,
He been calling for 5 years.
I swear.
Oh God, no, we gotta
Like,
call
I
the
feel
phone.
like this is like a yearly thing, but no, it has really gotten into this like crazy point of some, and I bet he's doing this to other people too. I think it's just like maybe he goes on like this round of people. Like it's such a
Got a lot of
strange thing.
time on his hands. Got a lot of time on his hands.
Like what's
Find my next boo, my next victim.
No, really, because I don't
know,
understand.
like at this big age, like who's still doing this? Like what?
Now that's insane.
What you
That's
think, Raquel?
insane.
I mean, I've had my number for a minute, not as long. I think my husband's had the longest number I've ever seen. But no, I would keep blocking for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, when somebody is calling you out your name, like you were saying, the good thing is you don't live out there anymore because he's kind of a stalker for real. Make sure your location and stuff like that isn't on because people are crazy nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they are.
Anywhere, anytime, any link, anything, you know. So I would definitely say be very, very careful. But 100% block them. I mean, calling me a B or
Yeah.
anything like that, or saying, no, you need help or whatever, you know, like that's crazy. But I mean, that kind of, you know, is one of those situations where I haven't experienced that in years. But I mean, I've seen my girlfriends have somebody pop off for a variety of reasons. So, I mean, I had my girlfriend tell us that somebody invited her to go to the Pistons game, and it was a brand new, almost like a first date. And he was like, you know, come over to my house. And he was like, I want to cook you dinner before we go to the game. And she was like, not as a first date. Like, I ain't coming to your house to have you cook for me on no first date basis like that. I don't know
You may
you.
be trying to cook me.
Definitely, I'm not coming over for the first time.
No.
No. And you
No.
probably no, if you're gonna slip something in my drink, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes.
Right.
No. It's
Cussed
like,
her out. He cussed her out and was like, you know, forget you, and I ain't that type of person, and I'm just trying to do something nice for you, and you know, like just went off. And she was like, thank you, but no thank you. Like, and then like a day or two later, he just was like, left her this voicemail, like, I was talking to my boy, and my boy said, you know, I kind of overreacted, I understand now, and you know, you want to go to the game, you want to go to the
no.
It's like,
No.
dinner's still an option.
I don't. What?
No. And so, like in these situations, it's just very strange. So, look, I'm thinking in my situation, I'm like, because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, does he need like an emotional cord cutting? Do I need to tell him, like, do I need to hit him with some spiritual stuff and say, my guy, you need to figure out how to cut cords? Maybe you still have some cords that you haven't cut and you need to visualize, like, do I need to like send you to a spiritual place and get you to learn how to cut emotional ties and cords from people? Because apparently you're hanging on to things.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, like, but I wasn't gonna do that because I don't want to even invest in that emotionally. But something's like off. So I don't know.
I wouldn't respond no more. I would have just
I wouldn't respond no more because he crazy. He crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
there's no definition for crazy but crazy.
It's crazy. Anyway.
So
What you got, Raquel?
I was gonna say, so you know, we just definitely want to say, you know, thank you. If you guys are located in Metro Detroit, you know, especially in the Farmington, so on the west side of the state, I mean the west side of the of Detroit, whatever, definitely
Right.
come down. She is right up the street from Home Goods as well, so
Yes.
afterwards y'all can go to the big new
Yes.
just give you guys a point of reference on Orchard Lake, but all major shopping actually over there completely. So you can get your hair done, everything you can think of, you know. is over there. But we thank you so much for joining us. Again, we're highlighting 50 Shades of Black, highlights Black businesses. And Ashley, I know you are in a rebranding state, right?
I am, guys. I am. I love that you brought that up. I wish I can shout out the salon Instagram, but I am changing it. But the salon is called AK Hair Salon and Studio. And like Raquel mentioned, we are located in Farmington, and this is the house of the $60 steam and go. Please try to come out. If you did listen to this podcast, definitely let me know, and maybe I'll give you a treatment for free so y'all can try some things.
Okay.
Yes, just mention 50 Shades of Life and let's see what we'll give you. So, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate being a guest. I was honored to be a guest because I do listen to the show and y'all be having me crack my hair. That's all I got.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And you were a joy to talk to.
Yeah. I enjoyed listening and I enjoyed talking too. So
love it. Well, we definitely gonna have you back for non-hair. Maybe we're gonna talk about somebody or something like that. So
I got a lot to talk about. So let's go.
All right, you guys. Well, again, thank you. If you are interested in becoming a guest of 50 Shades of Life and specifically on 50 Shades of Black, reach out to us at 50SHA8DES of life@gmail.com, and we will definitely connect with you. So thank you, Ashley. Good luck, and I'm gonna holler at you probably in about 7 days or less so I can come through.
I tell you the door will be open.
All right, love you.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
I'm a tarot reading witness.
50. Yeah, 50.
Welcome to 50 Shades of Life.